Hey, what up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the JCA Sports Podcast here on the John Konavi Facebook page, Star Six Media Productions under the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter page, and also Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, like I just mentioned: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. Man, you know what? We don't need the introduction, man. There is a lot to get into today, guys. Just make sure you follow us and like us and share us on all our pages. We normally share all our shows live on our personal pages, so please like and share all of them on there too as well. And don't forget to follow Star Six Media. Johnny Blasphemy, Johnny Parlay, Johnny. Oh my God, bro! We were just talking about this before we went live on how our parlays were so close, and I gave you the right ones, except like I mentioned to you earlier, bro. I got greedy with mine, and what I didn't do with one, I did with the other, and it was just a whole mumbo jumbo stuff, huh?
I get it, man. That's why you gotta like balance it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying, dude? Give yourself like one big one with like half a unit of your bankroll, then go ahead and do like your safe one. You know, break it down and do it a little bit like 1 unit here, 1 unit here.
Yeah, I'm that sucker that goes for the 20 leg parlays, and I get close. I show you guys the text message how close I really get.
You do get close, so I see why you like oof. And I mean today we were like I sent that text to you earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, I was like, did you bet this? Because it's about to hit.
Yeah. And then you hit me with the Martinez didn't score, and I send you the
right.
screenshot
And I was like,
of Footy Talks talking about like, yeah, he scored.
Because what happened was I was getting a tattoo, and so I was watching Netflix, and then like I went to check who all scored, and Martinez hadn't scored yet. Then I went back to watching my show, and then I thought, I was like, I wonder if Eric did that bet. So that's when I like exited out, texted you, and that's why I gave you the false information that Martinez did not score when in fact he did score at that time. I texted you.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then like I said, I got too greedy, and one I put Sevilla and both teams to score.
And I really thought you did it just that straight bet that we put in our chat of those 4 guys to score, and I was like, nice, this is a decent come up. It would have been
$5 would have won me. I think it was like $350 or something if I would have just kept it.
You know what? And I didn't do it because at the time I was texting you. Well, I didn't do just that bet alone because at the time I was texting you, I was working out. So I was like, all right, I'll do it, and then I never went back. But from the plays you put in last night though, I was like, okay, we're good. Well, the Arsenal one hit for us, even though I know you
just
did,
disappointed, man. One day I'm gonna hit. I like I told you. Once I hit that big ass parlay, I'm gonna celebrate like Thanos when he hit the fucking snap. So
but you did talk me out of one of my legs though, and
yeah, I'm sorry about that one. I wasn't too confident in that one either, but it be what it be. All right, we got the light heart talking out of the way because I think we're gonna be talking about things that either is gonna be frustrating us, get us really upset, or maybe still be optimistic about this conversation that me and John just had right now about our bets and not really hitting. And what's definitely going on in Hallis Hall is just simply how do you phrase this? What's the right word I'm trying to look for?
It's I think we've entered the Bears soap opera.
Okay, the chaotic. It's the telenovela of Los Osos de Chicago. How about that one?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're gonna put our little.
Before we discuss everything that's happened, I need you to answer this question. Has what happened today changed your mind on Bears winning or not Sunday?
You know what's the crazy part about that? And it's a great thing we started off this question, right? Let's go to the comments real quick. And our boy Uncle Day Day, Chicago's favorite uncle, right here, saying it's a shit show. I mean,
absolutely.
It's a telenovela for us, man. Like, and I know Deontay knows what I'm talking about when it's a Mexican telenovela here.
Man, you know what? My phone was going off like fucking freshman year, 5th period lunch. I was like, oh shit.
Our boy Isaiah here, Bears suck. I mean,
I feel like we suck less now because of all this drama.
You know what? I mean, there's many different avenues to go here. I mean, let's go with the non-important one just to get that out of the way. Yeah. The Bears released Nathan Peterman from their squad today. I think that was kind of like, okay, very irrelevant of what of what really happened today, guys. And Guys, you could join us on the chat, like our boy here, Isaiah and Uncle Day, and Jose also chimed in too as well. Talking about we need his ass to get knocked out. He's talking about Tim Anderson. I don't know
Yeah.
where's he going with this. Hold on. He said, "Now we need to get what he says. We need to get Fields off this intro." Oh, okay. I see what he's talking
And
about.
Tim
Took me a
Anderson.
while. I apologize for that one. That was my fault for producing. But
Man.
man, dude, it's dude. Where did I even start? Let's start with Justin Fields' comments. I think that's what basically started this thing off on this crazy day, right? Where he said that he feels very robotic, which is true. I think you and I and all of us that are Bears fans and have seen the Chicago Bears play for years have
Right.
noticed that that like at least so far the first two games, Justin Fields is not Justin Fields, right? And then especially at the game on Sunday, it just looked even worse. They're trying to do something to him that he's really not able, whether he's not really a comfortable or b, it's not in his game, whichever one may be, right?
Right.
And I know he said he had another press conference probably a little earlier talking about, oh, you guys want to do it for the clicks and yeah, and this and that. But
Mm-hmm.
but my man, if you hear the conversation or if you heard the press conference, my man, they really throw the coaching staff under the bus, didn't he?
Oh, he did, and he absolutely he meant what he said.
Yep.
Despite the press conference later on in the locker room, which we'll get into that part. But the first words we heard from Justin was definitely throwing the coaches under the bus, and I mean he did say, he did come himself a bit, pretty much was like saying like I just need to go out there and have fun because I mean realistically like you said, this isn't the Justin Fields we seen the end of last season. Hell, this isn't even we haven't seen Justin Fields be this bad at all. And they were asking him, like what's going on, why, and what was it? His quote was that he's overthinking, and he was asked why, or no, they're thinking too much. And when they asked him what's making him think too much, he said the coaches. Now, it could be what's the phrase? Too many hands in the kitchen. Too many coaches in his ear.
Too many chefs in the
Too many
kitchen.
chefs
Yeah.
in the kitchen. There you go. And it could be that. Maybe the coaching staff isn't. Maybe they aren't in sync. Maybe it's like who's in charge, who do I listen to, and then. But we saw Justin Fields just not be confident at all. And I know we're not doing a Bears recap, but just to your point, Justin Fields has definitely regressed. It's very frustrating, and it seems today that he definitely shifted the blame towards the coaches. Like he's not taking no accountability for his own performance. He's literally putting it as basically saying, "Hey, the coaches are distracting me. They're making me, overthink, too nervous. However you want to view it, And I mean, do we believe it?
I mean, do you believe it? I mean,
See, I kind of don't believe it. To be honest with you, I feel like it's more him. Like not being able to read the defense or just overthinking himself. Like, he's either like holding the ball on too long or not holding it long enough and like not letting the plays develop. And it's just, I mean, that's from what I've seen. Just from I mean, I'm no coach. I mean, granted, it could be, hey, different coaches are telling him different things, different ways to play, and maybe even his own teammates are like, bro, did you not see this? Did you not see I was open? Or what are you looking at? Look over here, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And when you got all that going on, it's easy in the moment to just be overthinking yourself, with the play. I mean, in a lot of sports, But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Justin Fields is still my guy. But, I'm not like these other Bears fans, giving up on him, wanting him to get benched.
Right.
And I mean, to some point, like, isn't that what we do ourselves? We blame the coaches before we blame the players.
We do, and I think you're absolutely right on that
And
point.
here we are. We got a player. You can view it as either A, he's throwing them under the bus, or B, he's sticking up for himself and saying how it is.
And it's a good point that you brought that one up, John, for real, because I think when we first read the comment, right? I think when it first came out, obviously you probably got the notification on the phone just like how I did, talking about Justin Fields I think one of them was from Yahoo. They said did Justin Fields turn or threw his coaches under the bus or
Yeah.
something like that, right? And I'm over here thinking about like, damn, well, I mean, what did he say? I mean, and obviously listening to the press conference, I'm just like, I think Justin, like the question says, was Justin too real in his press conference today? And I think in my head, I'm just like, you know what? It felt like he was real, but it wasn't real enough. You know what I mean? He did set a point and he did set a standard. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right what you just said, and I appreciate what you just said. He stood up for himself, right?
Yeah.
And at the moment, if he never had that second press conference that where he called everybody over and just be like, oh, you know what, you guys do it for the clicks and you guys make sure you get the whole context in it, just not whatever you guys want, blah blah blah.
Right.
Then I would have really agreed with you at that point, right? That he did it for himself to defend himself, and then him taking it back, it's kind of like, Justin, you kind of made yourself look like you got talked to by the PR and by the coaches and by Ryan
Oh
Poles and
yeah.
Kevin Warren and all that for being too real, even though for a brief, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it really was between
Yeah.
his press conference and when he said the second one, I think we all came in unison with Justin Fields and talking about like, yeah, bro, like for real, they're not really letting you play, my guy. And you're
Right.
absolutely right. And it's about time somebody stands up for yourself because, Jay Cutler, all he did was talk shit, right? We all know that. And he was known for throwing people under the bus, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
at heavy speed too, at high speeds, right?
Yep.
Who was there after Mitchell Trubisky?
Was a yes man. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yep.
yep, and that's what he was. Yes, sir, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Knowing that he
I
can't
gotta
play the
play better.
position
Blah
very
blah blah.
well, and everybody, even the Mike Glennon, even for the small stint that he had too as well, right?
I don't think I've ever listened to Mike Glennon
I don't think I
press
have either, but
conference.
even though like I just felt like it was like, yes, sir, I'll do it.
Right.
And I think for the first time, like Justin really said what we're really thinking to literally the people that write about him and the Bears on a daily, on a daily, just
Yeah.
bro, like they're not letting me play. Like I get it, I need to develop, but they're really not letting me be me. I'm not really having fun, and it's just
Right.
like, yes, bro, like that's what we really, really needed to hear from you. And granted, what Uncle Day Day says right here, Deontay says he's been playing terrible, but he has a point about with coaching. It looks like Nagy calling plays again. They keep him in the pocket and taking half of his skills away. I mean, that was one thing I think the one thing that we all agreed about Mitchell Trubisky, that he was an athlete, and you could tell he did things moving with his feet, going left and right, and
Right.
tossing the ball around. And that's what Justin Fields is, but a much better athlete on top of that. And he goes by saying, and if they call one more freaking scream,
Bro,
it's just,
you know what?
it's,
Honestly, sorry to cut you off.
all
It
right, you're
really
good.
has me because, like, he brought it up, and we say it jokingly, but it's true. Like, it looks like Nagy's play calling again. You know what I mean?
You're
So
absolutely right.
it kind of has you wondering, like, okay, is this going above our coaching staff? Like, is it, is it like the owners or someone just below ownership telling the coaches we want this style of playing? Because I mean, you got a different quarterback, different coach, but we're getting the same results. Like, make it make sense, because something don't look right, And even we finally get coverage from like ESPN and Fox Sports, and they're all saying the same thing, that the Bears aren't developing Fields, that they're not playing to his strengths, which is everything we say. And that's why, I mean, you kind of do gotta believe Fields. Like, I don't think he was. When I first heard it, I didn't think he was taking a shot at anybody. I think he was just speaking freely, like just answering the question. I mean, a little bit of a shot. Okay, a little bit of a shot, but
There you go.
you know what I'm saying. I felt like he was speaking his truth.
100%.
It wasn't coming from like frustration. Like, no, don't be blaming me. That's them. That's them. Like, no, I feel like it was more so him speaking like, you know what, man, I'm just over there overthinking, and it's the coaches. Like, mind you, he didn't go into detail, but when I heard that, that's when I thought, like, you know what, I got one guy telling me this, I got another guy saying this, I see this on the field, my wide receiver might tell me this, my lineman saying this, I got too many voices in my head, only 4 or 5 seconds to think about what I'm gonna do. Like, yeah, that shit could easily make you overthink. That's how I took it. Just him like explaining himself,
100%.
what's going on. It wasn't him like, viciously throwing somebody under the bus.
No, I hear you. I hear you 100%. And you're right on that point. And I'm with you on that agreement too as well, bro. Like he legit was just truthful and he was just honest with everything he just said. And because maybe he just felt, think about it, John. The Bears are about to be close to a year since winning a football game. That's 12 games in a row, about to be 13 this weekend, maybe, hopefully. And I'll answer your question that you gave me earlier, later. But the Bears are about to be on a 13-game losing streak and coming this week. The Bears are about to be in a year, approaching a year since their last win at Soldier Field, literally in about like 2 weeks.
You know what,
and,
man?
And I think the frustration, and he said he doesn't have Twitter in his second press conference that he had.
Boy.
But we know he has a social media. We know Justin Fields has a social media. We know Justin Fields sees and reads everything that's been posting out there about him, about the Chicago Bears, about what they're talking about, and how robotic my guy looks, and how this and that, and this and that. From the summer, like I think he finally, like, there was a breaking point, and you saw in this press conference that Justin Fields had already reached his breaking point, and he finally broke, and we finally got the real Justin Fields in this press conference.
Yeah.
As we bring in, nope. He said nope. All right, never mind. No, we're not bringing him in at all. Whatever. Okay, and forget him. We don't need him now today. Oh, now he wants to bring himself in. Come on, man. What are you?
No, I was trying to get myself out because you brought me in.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, because you look the same.
I mean, for real. It'd be what it be. It would be. Jose, welcome to the show. Jose, now the whole everybody here from the JCA Sports Podcast is here today, guys. Make sure you follow us, like us, share us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, under the Star 6 Media Productions. Jose, that question still stands for you too, as well, as we're talking about what happened today in the telenovela de los Osos de Chicago here on the JCA Sports Podcast, man. Was Justin Fields too real today in his press conference?
Man, that's how you know it's bad when the three of us are finally on at the same time. It's either for something really good or something really bad, man. Like the fact that I have to jump out here because I want to save my piece, and I'm sure John feels the same way.
I think we all do.
It sucks. Was he too real? Yeah, I think so. But then he was too fake afterwards and wanted to renege everything he said. Like, come on, man. Say it with your chest. Just say it with your fucking chest, bro. Come on. Look, team, my guy. Whenever the Chicago Bears are covered nationally on ESPN, that's how you know it's an issue. That's how you know. That's how you know it's an issue. Yeah. They never talk about us until something bad happens. And it's not a coincidence that the defensive coordinator resigns the same day, or that Nathan Peterman is released the same day. Eric says it was irrelevant. I don't know, man. I think it's very telling. I think it's a sign to Justin, like, hey, we'll get rid of you too. You know what I mean? Like, look.
Was it though? I kind of felt like it was reassuring Justin that he's our guy.
No.
I get where Jose's coming from with that one.
So initially, this is what my thought was when I seen that. Because after all this happened, I was like, damn, man, they released Nathan Peterman. This was my thought initially. Like, there was a reason why there was 3 quarterbacks. Right. I think John is also right in that fact where it's like, hey, we have a certain style that we want to play, and Nathan Peterman is probably better at that style than Justin Fields because Justin Fields is more of a running quarterback. So with them actually releasing Nathan Peterman, that basically tells Justin, all right, we're gonna go your way. We're gonna go your way. Basically, we'll just do what you do. But to me, that's it. Look, this whole thing is bad, Eric. Justin was way too real in his press conference, but there's a reason for it. I really do think that's how he feels. Like, hey, the system that they're trying to make him play is holding him back, and that makes everyone question. It makes me question. Okay, so then, what's the real issue? Is it the fact that Eberflus and maybe Ryan Poles don't believe in Justin Fields and they want him to be this quarterback that they really want, or is it Justin Fields just can't play? And I think it's a little of both. I think Justin Fields isn't good for this system. I think Justin Fields hasn't been developed well. And at the same time, I feel like Poles and Eberflus who inherited Justin Fields, don't want this type of quarterback play. They have a system that they want. They have a quarterback they envision a certain quarterback in their system, and Justin Fields isn't that it. He just isn't that.
They want to throw first quarterback.
Yeah, they want to throw first quarterback, exactly.
Because he hasn't been running. He hasn't been running like he was at the end of last year. And here we are, like, man, this dude can average 100 rushing yards a game. It's not.
And that's probably
seen him try.
Yeah, and it's probably what they told him. Like, hey, we finally got you a number one wide receiver, so you need to throw more. Right. You know, and they're probably just drilling that in his head, You know what I mean? And it's like, and he has to believe it, because if he runs more and he doesn't throw, then he has people who are upset, like maybe DJ Moore, or are you taking touches away from your running backs? I don't know. Like, it sucks, man. But the fact that we're here, it's just it's a mess.
Yeah, no, definitely it's a mess. It's a dumpster fire. It's everything every analogy that signifies a bad
shit show.
Yeah, version of whatever it's going on in and how it's all. I mean, it is what it is with the Chicago Bears, man, and it's crazy that we're here at this point, because like we thought that being on this 12-game losing streak was probably like the lowest of the lowest, and I think they literally said, "Here, hold my beer. We could go lower than this," right? Like literally bringing down the whole building after today's, press conference. Today was the Chicago Bears throughout the whole sports industry, bro. There's like nothing around it, here in the United States. And we could go on and on. Whatever, even the press conference that Matt Eberflus had about Allen Williams, which we're going to get into in a little bit, is even crazier on top of that. But guys, I think this is now what you guys are saying. I think it's a prove it point for Justin Fields. It's like, all right, my guy, you know what? Third year jump. If you could do it, great. If you can't, well, guess what? We have 2 first-round draft picks at a point where those 2 first-round draft picks for next year might be in the top 3 with Panthers and the Bears. Maybe even top 5. That's how bad it's going to be. And Justin Fields like, all right, I'm the captain. If I can ride this ship and sail us through victories and playoffs or a great record, great. But if I'm going down, everybody's coming down with me, because I'm not going to be the one looking bad here, because they're not really, strengthening my abilities while helping me in a position or something that I need to be helped on, knowing for how to play in this position. And I think he feels like he's getting the short end of the stick. That's why he came out the way he did today, because it just feels like, man, I need to say something, because I felt like I'm being too leashed up, and I don't want to be that guy anymore.
I don't know.
And
I feel like
yes, man.
I just feel like he's hearing, because everybody's criticizing.
I don't know, definitely.
There's memes about him. I just feel like he's getting a lot of the criticism, and he's feeling some type of way about it. Hey, he's probably like, hey, it's not just me. It's coaching. It's this. It's that. And I get it. Yeah. But as the leader of a team, you have to you only point the finger at yourself. Even though you know what it really is, you keep that quiet, because if not, then you just create an even bigger mess, and he's done that today.
Well,
but I mean, go ahead. I mean, cut you off.
To that point, Jose, I mean, if the other guys in the locker room feel the same way about the coaching, then wouldn't it? I mean, it'd make a mess outside of the locker room, but wouldn't his boys have his back then? If they feel the same way, wouldn't they support him?
Right, but that's the thing. That hasn't happened. No one else says anything, but no one said anything but him. Like, you don't hear DJ Moore. DJ Moore was on video.
Not yet, bro. He's only been here. DJ Moore was on. If it was Darnell Mooney, okay, but not DJ Moore.
Mooney hasn't done enough to talk.
Well, I'm just saying, DJ Moore, who has been talked about as a leader as a team, he was on 670 The Score the other day, and he blamed himself. He was like, "Yeah, it's me. It's I don't want to say it's it's this or that. It's I think it's just us as a whole. It's me." But that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, Justin's been saying it too. Like, he says it in almost every press conference
as of today, Eric. But there's a reason for it. I mean, today he said he first said, "I think it's coaching." He literally said, "I think it's coaching." No, and then they said, "Oh, it's not a context." You literally said, "I think it's coaching." No, you threw your coach under the bus.
We know why the second press conference happened.
We definitely know why.
They definitely forced them to go out there.
Hell yeah.
And they address what you said, because now they're thinking it's a shit show. But before that, somebody recently was on an interview. I think it was a 670 interview, where they said that Fields just has to go out there and ball. So and based on what we got today, it's like, okay, Fields is being real with us.
John just cut off.
John cut off.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
Sorry.
Well, anyways, let's see who John gets back normally. But no, I mean, he's right. Bro, like this is crazy. Like we're here, we're talking about this. We're all us three are back together for the first time in a very long time, and we're coming up because we have to talk about this. But in reality, Jose, we really have to see about it. I think it's kind of refreshing in a way. I mean, hold on, let me rephrase this. If he never came out with the second press conference or second meetup, whatever it was, I think it was finally refreshing that we finally seen a quarterback that who one is sticking up for himself and knowing that he's not being himself and he's really not playing football, because we've seen it time and time again, not only in Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, but previous quarterbacks too as well. They really been, chained up and not really saying whatever they need to say because they want to be part of the team, part of the organization, and really not look that bad.
The thing is, Eric, it's the same thing every year. And
Oh
the
no,
Bears,
for sure.
And the Bears as an organization continues to put themselves there. Now, here's the thing. Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles inherited Justin Fields. Just
100%.
like Ryan Pace, or just like Matt Nagy inherited Mitchell Trubisky. Right?
Yep.
It wasn't the quarterback he wanted, and it's just this vicious cycle that continues.
You could go with color and pace too as well.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It just happens over and over, and that's the thing about
100%.
players. They don't. If they're going to restart, they need to restart anew. Everything. They finally have an actual president of football operations. Even he inherited Poles and Fields and Eberflus. So if he wanted to, he could blow this thing up whenever, right?
100%.
And hopefully one day he does, because the coaching is suspect. We've seen that these last two games. We see there's a reason why they haven't won a game since October. Last year we blamed Poles because he got rid of a lot of good players. We get that he's rebuilding,
But we knew the process for that one. That one's pretty understandable.
Exactly. But now he's done his job. He brought in pieces. He's brought in talent. He brought in talent like DJ Moore.
He did.
He filled gaps in the defensive side. Maybe obviously there's too much, but a lot. Come on, we were all pretty hyped. You're making that face now. But
I know where you're
very
going.
hyped.
Okay.
We were all very hyped coming into the season for a reason.
100%.
He's done work. Now we're gonna find out whether that work is good or not. But he evaluates talent and he brings them in. It's up to the coaching staff to develop this talent, to develop the system and to put these players in place for them to be successful. That is Matt Eberflus and his coaching staff's job. Now Matt Eberflus is out of a defensive coordinator. Now on 670 Score today, Alan Williams' attorney came on and said it's because of health reasons and family issues. It has nothing to do with the Bears organization or the coaching or anything like that. He said it was literally health and family, and that's it. That's all he said. He wanted to make sure that was thrown out there because I guess there was a lot of speculation. Got it. Regardless of the fact, the Bears don't have a defensive coordinator. Matt Eberflus is a defensive-minded coach. I don't need my head coach to be a defensive coordinator. We really don't know what's going on in the Bears. We're all outsiders here. We can only see from the outside looking in, and it doesn't look good. These last two games were horrific. Matt Eberflus was supposed to get this team prepared week 1, and they looked unprepared against the Packers. And what's the reason for it? Everyone's criticizing him always. Why doesn't Justin play more in the preseason? If you have Andy Reid throwing Patrick Mahomes every single preseason out there, getting reps in, getting the system, making sure that they are a well-oiled machine come regular season, why can't our coach do that? Why can't we have that same mindset? It shows everything. They are a product of their environment, and that is it. We are seeing what the Bears truly are week in and week out. And now they're going to face the Kansas City Chiefs, of the defending Super Bowl champions. They're going to be 0-3 because I do not see them winning whatsoever. And then what? Who are we going to blame for this one? Who? Because we can easily just say Kansas City is the better team because we know, even if the Bears did come out prepared, we a lot of us will still probably pick Kansas City, but that's not going to be the case because there's so much turmoil here, and it sucks. It sucks. Every year it's the same BS. Why isn't the Packers can just plug in a quarterback that nobody believes in, and yet they're still winning games? He still looks good. Why can't we be that? Why? It's the same thing, different year.
Well, he only looked good against the Bears because the Bears
Oh,
have no
come
pass
on.
rush. Last week he wasn't
He
all that.
looked good. He looked good last week too. He wasn't the reason why they lost the game. It was their defense.
Oh no, definitely not. No, but he looked okay.
No, he looked good, Eric. I was watching the red zone. They were playing a lot of Packers and Falcons. There's a reason he was throwing touchdowns. He makes throws that we wish Justin Fields can make.
It's crazy to say that because I mean, there's a lot of coming out lately, especially what happened today about the Bears. It's like there's a lot to read, and it's like we're trying to get this all done within the show that we have going on today. But I mean, another thing that you brought up too, Jose, was this one, the Allen Williams saga, and you said that for health and personal reasons and whatnot. But at the same time, man, there's been a lot of speculations, like you said, reports allegedly about the FBI raiding his house, and how the FBI also raided Hallis Hall. Um, and one of the guys' PRs or whatever he is that works for the Chicago Bears talk about the FBI didn't raid Hallis Hall today. Like, okay, they were there other days or something like that. Like he left it that broad open. And it was weird, like you said, like health and personal reasons. Okay, we get that. We understand what that's going through. Nate Davis doing the same thing. Personal reasons. He had a death in his family, um, which is the reason why he didn't show up or he didn't play last week. But with this Allen Williams situation, talk about like he went from personal reasons not being out there on Sunday to resigning today to multiple reports of like you just said, health and personal reasons too as well. To another one that I mean, if you're how should I say this? You're one of your best cornerbacks in franchise history, Charles Tillman, who works for the FBI, comes out and he says that Allen Williams is his house got raided a couple weeks ago or week one of the NFL season for some uncertain reasons, and everything's been topsy turvy. Like it's weird. Like all of this is happening to like everything is just in a bombshell. I don't know. How do you feel about this, John? Like, what do you feel like? I mean, there's many different ways to go with this.
Honestly, it's weird. Like, you wouldn't expect to hear this at all.
Definitely not
from a professional team, and it's like,
yeah, but it's the Bears.
I mean, the Bears is one thing, It's just odd that all this happens in one day, like back to back to back, and it's like, I mean, that's what's going on in his personal life? Did he bring that to work and that affected everybody else? Is that does that cause a little bit of anger and Fields to throw the coaches under the bus today? Like, was that a shot semi towards him? Or was it like more so like Poles doesn't have no control of what's going on over here? Is that a shot at Poles? I mean, makes me wonder, like, hey, how does everybody else really feel in that locker room? Because I mean, it's one thing, like, all right, your coach got personal shit going on, that's cool. But if you guys are like, you got the FBI coming to Hallis Hall, then it's like, dude, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, do I even want to be here? You know what I mean? Does anybody want to play for this organization anymore? I mean, yeah, it's easy. You give it to the coach, but it's like, I don't know. This goes over like unprofessionalism. This is just like,
this is very White Sox.
Not even that, bro.
No, not even that, bro. Like I know what you're trying to do. There, let's not even go there.
But it's telling though. But you see the bad organizations with stuff like this though. I mean, you see like White Sox have their issues, the Bulls have their issues because they're owned by the same guy. The Bears, you're seeing the same thing. You're seeing toxicity within a bunch of departments in their organization, and you're seeing stuff like this happen. And there's a reason for it. It's a culture. It's all a culture, and it starts from the top. It starts from Jerry Reinsdorf with the Bulls and Sox, and what's his name, McCaskey with the Bears. That's why people want them to sell the team, because there's nothing professional about it. There's a reason why, guys, we haven't had a legit quarterback our entire lives. There's a reason for it. They don't know what they're doing up there.
I'm talking about Jay Cuddy, my buddy.
Well, come on, man. But that was a trade that never really panned out for us. We liked them. But it did nothing for us. Nothing.
What, one playoff appearance, one playoff win,
one NFC championship appearance where we lost to the Green Bay Packers.
After we let them in.
Right. Exactly. After we let them in.
No, but I get what you're saying, Jose, but you got to think about it. Like, this is like shit that shouldn't happen in professional sports.
I agree.
Mean, like, I don't 100%. I don't think no organization is that trash, is that garbage. Where it's like, you know what, man, FBI is gonna go raid that guy's house, and then he's gonna show up to
Right. No, I agree with you because we see teams like the Chiefs, like the Patriots, the golden standard of the NFL, and that's what we want.
I mean, even Aaron Hernandez shit wasn't
That's true.
wasn't like this, bro.
Yeah, okay, but right, the Patriots had issues, but they were winning championships.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
they were winning.
You ignore it.
Yeah, Bill could sweep that under the rug.
Right.
No, bro, he more than swept that shit, bro. He probably helped. You know what? Never mind. I'm
The
not gonna go there.
Flagate, you
He
name it.
swept that under the rug. We're keeping it clean here. Keeping it clean here.
But,
Hey,
but
he was
again,
a baller though.
Oh, he was.
He was a baller though.
But again, this is shit you don't hear about in professional sports. It's like, what? Like, and then is it happening to our team? And you got Justin Fields going off. I mean, who cares about the backup quarterback getting released at this point?
Right.
I mean, it was something to think about in the morning. Like, oh,
Right.
all right. So our
Right.
quarterback sucks, and then they drop another quarterback. Like,
Right.
okay, but then it blew up, and I mean, we still got the Chiefs this weekend. We still got Andy Reid and Chiefs Kingdom, the dynasty, to face this weekend. I mean, I don't care. I don't care who got fired, who got thrown under the bus. We still getting our asses whooped this weekend.
And everybody talks about, oh, well, at least look at the future. They might have the first, the like two out of the top 5 or whatever. But can you really trust them with it? Like at this point, every year, guys, is something different with this team. We have all this hype going into the season, and they just blow our minds and show us why they still suck in a different way. Nobody expected what's going on right now to happen. I don't think anybody thought this is. We'd be sitting here going into week 3 talking about this. That's what I'm saying. So how can you really trust that they have our best interest going forward? They really don't.
We should be 2-0 right now, being prepared to probably lose against the Chiefs, but we aight.
Exactly. We should be going into this like, yo, guys, we're gonna lose, but it's okay. No, we're not. We're like, fuck, we're gonna lose.
We're gonna cover the 12, but it's okay.
Right. Yeah.
We're all of this. I think, and all of this is, and this is coming from the back end that we haven't won since last October, right? We're approaching a year since winning a NFL football game on a Monday nighter in New England against the New England Patriots. That's the last victory from the Chicago Bears.
Is that the longest active streak too?
Yep, and I think obviously there's teams that went 0-16, so obviously that's probably going to be the record, and probably whatever after that, right?
When did we become the Cleveland Browns? Remember when the fans had paper bags over their heads? We're getting to that level.
Wow.
Shit,
that's a good
might
one
go,
right there, Jose.
Everybody might show up wearing some FBI jackets this week.
Security. For real, dude. I mean, Halloween's right around the corner, so there's going to be a lot of those everywhere. So
crazy.
You ain't lying on that part. But I mean, it's just a never-ending saga. Like the Bears, you're right. There's a lot to go up from ownership down, and to be honest, like Ryan Poles really has nothing to do with this, right? Like Kevin Warren just literally got a cup of coffee and is already walking into the bullshit once he opens up the door. Like you're right. It's just. It goes as far back as the McCaskey, and then everybody else going under because the team suffers at the end of the day. And the only way to fix it is like you just said, Jose. Like let the McCaskey sell the damn team. Let a whole new ownership just come in and change the whole franchise, whatever the case may be. Kevin Warren, we know he was the president of the football for the Chicago Bears, but we know what he's here for to do, guys. He's not really. If he makes a football decision, great. But we know why he's here. We're trying to get a new stadium. We're trying to move out of Soldier Field. We're trying to do this. He just has that role because, yes, he knows a thing or two about football and has been in the most highest of power in the Big Ten network. But come on, guys. Like, you're right, Jose. Like, it's the same shit over and over and over and over again to where it's like this is now like a new tick in our bullshit of an organization for the last 40 years.
All right.
But the difference this time, Eric, is our president of football operations because again, because the thing is, if the Bears continue this losing streak, then they're gonna start looking at the coach, and if Justin Fields doesn't pan out and his team doesn't pan out, we're gonna eventually start looking at polls, and when we start doing that, then we look at what's his name? The president. I'm blanking right now.
Kevin Warren.
Then we look at Kevin Warren. Like, what are you going to do? Because this is part of your
That's all on
job.
you.
Your job responsibility is to get us, new guys. And again, he didn't hire Poles or Eberflus. He inherited them just like those guys inherited Justin Fields. So it's going to get to a point where it's like, all right, come on, like we can't keep doing this. And it's,
after a while, this gets kind of tiring. After a while, this gets kind of boring. After a while, the moment we start feeling some empathy about the Chicago Bears, that's when you lose the whole organization. You lose generational fans, and you just lose a lot. I mean, you're losing a lot anyways from not getting all the revenue from your home games, right? You're losing a lot from not really winning with the players that you already have right now. You're not getting a lot from your GM that you just hired last year with his head coach, with a quarterback that you just inherited from a regime before. Like you're not really winning. And I know they say that winning cures everything, right? But at this point, it's going to take more than just one win to cure everything that just happened literally within the last 5, 6, 8 hours, however long this was.
I mean, I really think if we make the division, it fix it. Or if we win the division, or even just
of course
make it to the playoffs on a wild card.
Of course.
But I'm talking about like
one win against the Chiefs isn't going to fix what just went down.
Definitely not. Are we going to feel better though?
Hell yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Probably. I mean, we haven't won since October, so we damn near won the Super Bowl at this point.
Listen, the Bears are the only team / thing that I will let break my heart 12 straight times. Okay. That's it. And possibly 13.
Can you believe that, guys? 13 games in a row we have lost. Never would I have thought in a million years as a Bears fan, I would have thought that the Bears were going to lose 13 straight games.
You know what, man? If the Bears don't win one game by Halloween, for Halloween night, I'll burn my Justin Fields jersey. We'll do it at Eric's little bonfire fire thing. They got a month to win.
It sucks that we're getting there, though, man. It sucks
I mean, for real.
I never thought I'd be a fan to burn my jersey, but that's where we're at now.
But like, you're right. And if we lose, I mean, it just seems like we're just feeling right. And let's just might as well just get into the next topic of the Week 3 conversation: Bears versus Chiefs. Like, if the Bears do end up losing this game, like not only just us, but like probably like 98% of the country, there's 2% of Bears fans out there that feel like the Bears could win. Maybe after this whole chaos thing that just happened today, but just putting it out there.
The only way the Bears win is if Patrick Mahomes suffers an ACL injury.
I don't even think that's even
and
enough.
Kelsey, Mahomes, Kelsey, and even Andy Reid. They both got to go out and on a cart. All three of them got to go on a cart in order for the Bears to win.
Man, it's just like
with our luck, the backup will kill us.
With what happened today, I expect to see a change in play calling as far as how they're going to use Fields. I think we'll see more of old Fields, end of last year Fields, but that's still not enough to beat the Chiefs.
I'm heavily play the over on this one.
Kadarius Toney can have all those drop passes and they can still win the game.
Absolutely facts.
Absolutely, man. We're in this where, like, guys, like if the Bears do lose this one, where's their next win? Is it next week at home against the Broncos?
No.
Kadarius Toney might have 100 receiving yards this
year. I swear to God.
Sky Moore will probably light him up for like 150.
Kelsey,
150.
No, hold on. But no. Pacheco's gonna run for 200 yards. Their run defense.
Hey man, I have them in my fantasy league. One of them.
Their run defense is horrendous.
If there's any game to bet Kelsey for 2 TDs, is this game.
I swear to God.
Oh, you ain't lying, my guy. You are definitely not lying right there. And it's crazy that we're even thinking about that too.
You take the over. It's at 47.5.
Eric, here's a real question for you guys. Real quick, who do you think leaves? Who do you think will get the boot first? Fields or Eberflus?
No, Fields or Getsy.
No, I think that's easy. Eberflus. I feel like Eberflus. Fields or Eberflus?
I think Fields. Just because
Eberflus.
If we have high picks next year, I think we get Justin's replacement in the first round.
Because I tell you what, if this continues and we have more players speaking out, then we have a Mark Trestman situation, and I wouldn't put it past the Bears to get rid of Eberflus early. If something like that happens,
I don't.
Then we'll really say that.
I don't think
this coach fired.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Mark Trestman level bad.
No,
right?
it's not. No, I'm saying if it gets there.
But I mean, that's like a whole. Well, yeah, because the whole damn team almost turned on him, right?
Yeah.
But then that whole team turned on him. I think it was back-to-back 50 burgers against the Patriots and the Packers. Yeah. Like, shit really has to hit the fan, like it like that bad, like really that bad.
But it can't get that bad. Like I'm sorry, I'm that to me that's more likely to happen than them being the Chiefs.
Okay. Let me ask you guys this: if we go winless this whole year, does Eberflus get fired?
Yes,
bro. Yeah. I don't think Eberflus will even reach the bye.
So how many wins does he need to keep his job?
Shit.
3?
6? Nah, like
no, definitely.
I think like 4. Like 4.
6 isn't happening. Look at how we're playing.
4.
Even
then,
more than last year.
Even then,
a defensive coordinator now.
Bro, it's crazy. This is so bad. Why the fuck is this so bad?
This is
life as a Bears fan.
Schedule. I don't see 6 wins no more.
I don't see 6 wins either, bro.
We should be 2-0.
All right, so we're definitely going 0-3, right?
0-3 for sure.
0-3. Yeah. Broncos next week at home.
Loss. It's an L.
We might give the Broncos their first win.
Oh yeah, for real. Their defense is crazy. No, that's a loss for us.
Thursday night football against the Commanders.
That's a loss. They play. The road. The one thing about the Commanders, they play hard for Riverboat Ron. John, don't. Then do they have. That's toxic.
The one thing that gives me hope about this game and this week is that somehow, some way,
Eric, the same thing happened last year.
Listen, shut up. The one thing about the Bears when they came off their buys or that mini buy after a Thursday night football to a Sunday game, that's when things hit they hit the floor running. They get put out to the middle. Did they win games? No. But we saw the transition from the offense, taking it to the next level.
What I mean, they went about. They talk crap about the Bears about their mini buys. They never come out of the bye week prepared. That's been Eberflus' biggest critic.
I think what you're missing the point is like the game that happened that mini bye week against the Patriots. That was the best performance that the Bears got, which was about their last win, by the way. That was their best performance coming out that mini bye week because of that Thursday night football heading to that Monday night. The Bears offense looked pretty on point on that part. And then even given what they had another one that after their bye week, they looked even better after that too.
Mac Jones also sucks.
Right. I understand that 110%. And I get what you guys are coming from with this
one. But
from that point on, the Bears had that 8 week stretch where they were probably in the top 10 in their offensive category position. Thankfully, because of Justin Fields and his running, right? They went toe-to-toe against the Dallas Cowboys, even though they lost by 20. They still ended up scoring 40 points on the Dallas Cowboys defense. That was also spectacular.
And they still lost by 20.
I get that. I understand that. We're on a 12-game losing streak, right? I hear you 100%. But what I'm trying to do here is that if there's somewhat of a sliver of a win.
I'm not falling into this trap again.
It's against the Minnesota Vikings at home after that mini bye week.
Nope.
And then after that's the Las Vegas Raiders here at home, which will now we're flirting with the 1-year anniversary of their last win.
And they're going to be 0 and whatever at that point.
They'll be 0-6.
0-6. No, 0-7.
Against the Chargers on the Sunday night.
Hey, we're getting number 1 pick again, guys.
Then the week after against the Saints.
Can you imagine if we get the number 1 and number 2 pick? And we still fucking up. Or with our luck, whoever we pick is just end up being bad. Oh my God.
If we end up with the number 1, number 2 pick, then we absolutely will have a new head coach.
Exactly. Look, Eric, you're selling us false hope. This is the same thing we put ourselves in this same mindset every week, every year. Oh, guys, but then this happens, and they have a bye week and a mini bye week, and now we have DJ Moore and blah blah blah, and then they just disappoint us.
Over. Time out.
Over.
Listen.
Listen,
I'm
Linda.
not trying to give Jose what he just said. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay,
Right. I'm listening. I'm all
I'm
ears.
just
I'm
saying.
listening to you.
You know, we expect the play calling to change, right? After
Yeah,
what went
100%.
down today,
I hope
if
so.
Fields starts playing like he did end of last year, with DJ Moore now on the team and the new additions that we got, is there hope to get some wins coming up
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
week
100%.
three?
Yeah,
After week 3,
100%.
absolutely. Hey,
100%.
look, the Chiefs could be taking the Bears lightly. You never know, right? But I guess, yes,
100%.
yes. John, to your answer your question, yes. But the question is, but the real question is, why haven't they done that already? Like
they're
that.
trying to be
That's
too cute, be too
I
fancy. I don't
know,
know.
man. But that's what
I mean,
bothers me.
okay, then we're back to what we talked about week 1. Do the Bears not trust Fields
Right.
with the play
Exactly.
calling, with the play designs?
Exactly. And that makes me wonder, if you don't trust this quarterback, then it's like, then what do we have to look forward to here? You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys who are supposed to trust him more than us. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
it's
I mean, you got a
crazy.
guy who's supposed to be working his ass off all summer.
Yeah.
You got other players that are backing up Fields saying just let him play, let him ball. We
Yeah.
know the Bears organization has history for not developing quarterbacks, and here he is today saying he's overthinking. And when asked what got him overthinking or why is he thinking too much, he says it's the coaching. So it's like they're telling him something to throw off his confidence.
Yeah. But I think we've seen it. We've said it week 1. We were like, he looks weird. He looks too controlled. We've said it. Like, it
Yeah,
definitely shows.
And I get that they want him to be a pocket passer, right? And that's part of being an NFL quarterback. You have to know how to throw from the pocket, right? But you slowly integrate that. You don't do that from your
week
first
1,
year
bro.
of your offensive coordinator and then completely change it the year after. Like, guys, like you and I are not developed that way, especially like those professional players. They're not wired to be that way. It
Right.
takes time for them to be acclimated to the new position
Yeah.
that they want them to do. But again, don't take away what makes him great. Don't take away what makes him look good. And we can have this conversation daily, right? If the JCA Sports Podcast comes out every day, this conversation, this saying comes up every single time, that you gotta let this man be great. And then good things can happen. Like, the talent is better, like John says. I mean, Cole Kmet got another year. You saw how he ended strong last year, right? We have a healthy Darnell Mooney. We finally got a wide receiver number 1. Like, use his athleticism, use his weapons that he got. Yes, Braxton Jones is out for 4 more weeks. That's another dent in the offensive line. Tevin Jenkins is going to come back after next week, which is another dent on this offensive line. Nate Davis, we don't know if he's coming back, and he's even football ready. Like, this offensive line is already,
It's terrible. It's
down
depleted.
to the very last of squeezing options here. So by design, you need to put Justin Fields on the move. But the Chiefs know that too as well. And it's still up to Justin to be that guy, to make sure that, hey, I got this guy, let's just go, let's just move, let's just do this. Hey, the pocket's collapsing, I'm gonna run. I won't be surprised if Justin Fields will probably have more rushing yards than passing yards, which is gonna be ridiculous for me to say this, but I could definitely see that happening. I could see many different scenarios happening, but I could definitely see that he will have more rushing yards than he will passing yards, because he is trusting his instinct as a
Well, he has
runner
to
than a
after talking
quarterback.
shit today. I feel like he has to now. But real quick, you guys don't think that there may be some truth to maybe this guy just isn't it? I mean, if you think about it, right? If you look at what Matt Nagy and Matt Eberflus did, they kind of ran the similar plays as far as these screen passes. There's a reason for it. Maybe they really know this guy can't do what they want them to do. I mean, if you look at two different coaches, an offensive one and a defensive one, doing the same thing for this quarterback, what's the common denominator here? It's Justin Fields. Maybe he just isn't it, guys. Maybe he just isn't it.
What gives me hope, I guess you can say the little hope that I have in Justin Fields, right, is that he's a better athlete. And the one thing that gives me is the touchdown pass to Chase Claypool, the
That was
pass to Cole Kmet that he didn't drop. Like, those are athletic plays that I know that he can do and he can provide for anybody else. What also gets me is the passes that he had Darnell Mooney last year and down the field. Like, Justin Fields has splashes and spurts of being an NFL quarterback, a better NFL quarterback than any of the quarterbacks that we have had in the past. That's my belief. So I think if you let him be him
Mm-hmm.
and let him do what's great, I
Oh
think there's a
man.
shot that he can possibly be an NFL quarterback.
But John, can't you say the same thing about Nagy though? Because look, I mean, Andy Reid brought him back as an offensive coordinator for Patrick Mahomes. There's a reason for that. Could you say the same thing? Why can't you let Nagy be Nagy with the quarterback that he knows he could develop or help?
First of all, we all know that's Andy Reid redoing the offense. That's
I
the
don't know,
difference.
man. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't know.
I do think that Nagy got his old job back for a reason, you know.
Right.
And he does have some play designs where it's like, you know what, we can try this with Mahomes that we can't try with Fields,
With anybody else.
try with Trubisky, with anybody else for that matter. But also, I think you have to consider the confidence level that Mahomes is at. You know, like Eric was saying, you know, we've seen flashes of Fields making the throws, and we love it. And I think, speaking from an athlete perspective, like, when you have like a coach that's letting you go out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, go out there and make the play. You know, if you don't, okay, go out there and try. And the more you try and successfully make those plays, make those throws, you know, get those clutch moments, you have more confidence in yourself. Like, I can do this. Give me that play. Give me that play. And I feel like that's where Mahomes is at. You know, Josh Allen may not be there where, like, hey, I'm maybe mentally he's not there to try some plays that, you know, you see Mahomes do, Justin Herbert. But the more you throw somebody in an uncomfortable position, you know, whether it be Fields isn't comfortable, you know, trying to just be a passing first quarterback. And I think that's what it is they're trying to, we agree, they're trying to force him to do that when you should slowly give him a little more throwing plays, you know, ease him up into it so that he can gain the confidence to, like, okay, I can do these plays. But if you're trying to, like, force feed it, I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You make your quarterback look bad, and then you look bad at your job.
Real on the comment says, from the looks of it, the Bears are trying so hard to make him a traditional quarterback. For some reason, it seems like they don't want to work out around his mobile games. It seems like the problem is that he's getting overcoached. Dude, I was already reading.
I want to see John.
Yeah, I know he was overcoached, and he said so many coaches trying to tell him what to do, not letting him play his game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Real,
right.
welcome
They're
back,
trying to
man. It's
force
been a
it.
while
What up,
since we've
Real
seen you,
P?
man. It's good to see you on here in the comments.
My computer's not working.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
he's okay. So we all agree that he's being overcoached. They're not working to his strengths. Why do you think that is? Do you think, are they trying to avoid, like,
I know what it is.
Okay. We have seen a history of quarterbacks that are run first quarterbacks get injured so much. Do you think that's what's going on here?
No, it's because they don't trust him in making the throw. I feel like I honestly feel like they just don't believe that he can make the throws or that he's the quarterback that fits the system that they want to play. I mean, it's the same thing with Matt Nagy. I mean, Matt Nagy walked into Mitchell Trubisky and then he was given Justin Fields, and I kind of feel like both did him wrong, and I kind of see the same thing here. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to change him.
But your job should be to work towards your quarterback's strengths while also improving him, not force him to do what you want to do.
But at the same time, it's not like Ryan Poles drafted Justin Fields like, hey, this is the kind of scheme I want to run. So this is why I bring in Matt Eberflus. No, they inherited this guy, so it's like, okay, what can we do to develop Justin to be like to be the quarterback he was at Ohio State? Not realizing that he had Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave as his wide receivers, and they were going against Big Ten cornerbacks. That's the thing; he's not that guy. He had it easy in Ohio State, and now
everybody has it easy in Ohio State.
Everybody has it easy in college, bro.
Exactly. That's why they don't pan out in the NFL, and this may just be it. Maybe they're starting to realize maybe this guy ain't it.
But even if you inherited this player, this quarterback, you still got to show up and do your job, bro. I mean, you got to save your ass too. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't keep using that excuse for a full year,
unless
2 years,
they feel safe.
So they get rid of him, or you get rid of your.
The Bears have. Here's the thing: the Bears have never fired a coach that had 2 seasons or more left on their contract. And Matt Eberflus has 2 more seasons, so he feels pretty comfortable right now. And I know Ryan Poles feels comfortable because, again, he's not the one who drafted Justin Fields. So both these guys probably feel like they're safe after this season.
Okay, but respectfully, I agree that if that's what they think, I agree. Eberflus's job is safe because, I mean, if I'm Eberflus, I'm telling Poles you're getting rid of Getsy first before you get rid of me, and I think that'll work for one more year.
Yeah. Use him as a scapegoat.
Scapegoats.
Yeah,
He's not a scapegoat because I mean, especially now, I mean, Eberflus is probably going to take over defensive play calling the rest of the year, and it's like, all right, then you're looking at Getsy. What are you and Fields going to do? Because Fields is talking shit about you, but then you know what? Even though if Fields talks shit about you, we're gonna have him do another press conference saying he's not talking shit about you. That the media's, making it seem like he is to save face. But it's like, I mean, even now, I don't blame Eberflus for this. I mean, I get he's the head coach.
He deserves some blame. He deserves some blame.
He deserves blame.
He deserves blame, but I don't put all the blame on him at all.
I blame him more for week 1 than I do week 2, if that makes sense. I blame him a lot more for week 1 than I do week 2. I feel
what's crazy about week 2 though is even as bad as it looked, we still had a chance to win that game.
Yes, like you've seen all the TikToks and Instagram reels of open receivers and Justin Fields still getting sacked or running into sacks, and it's like that's on him. Now, week 1, them not being prepared and losing to a Packer team they should have beat, that's on Eberflus. 100%.
That's 100%. I agree. 100% week 1's on Eberflus. Week 2, we're putting it fully on Fields.
I am. I did.
Oh, I definitely am too. I mean, dude, it doesn't matter.
No, nothing about play calling.
As much as look, even how bad that play calling was here and there. Guess what, guys? The score was still 17-20 with two and some odd minutes left in the game.
Kept us in that game.
It kept us in the game. There was a lot of 3 and outs. The Buccaneers ran us like 400 yards total, whatever it was. Justin Fields had the ball with 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds left, down by 3.
That was him.
That was it. It's all on him. Yeah. It can't be. You can nitpick on the play calling. You can nitpick here and there. The score was 17-20 with 2 minutes and some odd seconds left.
The defense did their job to get the ball back in offense.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Bears had a chance to win.
Bears had a chance.
If Justin didn't throw that interception at the end, they could have made it closer. It's just.
But we would have liked to see a different play ran.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely 100%. And what doesn't get that much notice as it should, but isn't, is the pass interference call on Chase Claypool on the first play where they got like 7-8 yards, on their own 12 and ended up being in their own 6 or something like that. So yeah, that has a lot to do with it. I mean, there's a lot that we could go on to, but as we're playing the blame game, Eberflus 1, Justin Fields 2, and I don't think there's not even a close second for that one.
So. But regardless, the scapegoat will be Luke
Getsy, right? Exactly.
Yeah, this
gonna
one,
things, right? They're gonna throw.
What's crazy about this, guys? What's crazy about this, guys, is that this game is on America's Game on the Week on Fox. So it's not only just us watching it. It's going to be majority of the national media market that's not in the West Coast.
Oh, I'm at work. I'm not going to watch this.
I'm only watching the red zone. Look, I was watching the Bears game until I was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to flip it to the red zone, just leave it there.
So that was what, the first quarter?
Yeah.
See, no, I watched it all.
I watched the whole game, even the second interception. I took a shower after the second interception.
So on YouTube TV, you can have it split with two screens. Yeah, so I was watching 2 games. And
I only watched one, guys.
And then on my tablet, I had red zone on. So I was watching 3 screens.
Sorry, I only watched one game and one game only, and that's it. And that's what I'm gonna be doing on Sunday.
That's Arsenal.
Win, lose, or draw. Nah, man. I mean, if the Bears game would have been around the Bears game would have been around the Arsenal game. The TV doesn't change. It's all Arsenal until the 90 some odd minutes is over, buddy. I don't care. Soccer comes first. I don't care what anybody else say.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
You have fun, Jose. So you got the Bears winning, right?
You know what? Should I be that guy and actually pick the Bears?
You should.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But again, we can't forget to have our bets, our picks of the week. We didn't do that last week.
Yeah,
I did.
Us.
You didn't.
I did.
I did too. You did it.
Jose for the week. Jose just MIA in the chat.
For the week?
Definitely MIA in the chat. You and 5 others.
Jose blames work, and he's not even at work.
I'd be off at 4 o'clock
playing
today.
too much with roast
Friday.
beef. That's what he's doing over here.
Man.
That's what my man is doing
Have the
over
meat,
there. It's all
baby.
good. We will give you guys the pick of the week. Make sure you guys follow us on the John Konavi Facebook page to see our picks for the week/weekend. Yeah, weekend. For our picks for the weekends, there's a little bit of everything on there. So far, we're getting close. Whatever you guys want to pick, we've been pretty close in our picks. So hopefully, we've been helping you guys with some money or help with getting some money. Jose says Chiefs for week 3. John does the same thing.
Chiefs minus 20.
I am going for the over. In my betting pick'em games, I picked the Chiefs, so I might as well just be, true to my word. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, and that's the only one that I get wrong is the Bears-Chiefs game. And hopefully we're not seeing next week's show at 0-3, which is a possibility.
We will.
Ain't that right, boys?
We definitely will.
Yep. So, guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok under the Star 6 Media Productions, as we're putting out our video sports content out there as much as we can. Make sure you follow us all our shows under the Star 6 Media Production too as well. We will have our reaction show on Monday for Big League Chicago, so make sure you guys join us there. Talk about the Bears and the Chiefs, and hopefully a Bears win, but it looks highly improbable for that one. It's been good seeing you guys and doing this all together, man. We need to do this more often.
I agree, fam. It's been
I
nice.
agree too.
Been nice to fucking.
It's all good. Special
the
shout out
president
to my
of the
baby Nat, who celebrated her first birthday yesterday. What are you doing, Jose? Damn, over here just messing with the things when we were just fine the way we were. But happy birthday to my baby Nat, who turned 1 yesterday.
To back out.
Thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nat.
We appreciate everybody who told my baby happy birthday. We appreciate you guys for watching.
I didn't say it yesterday. I'm saying it today though.
From Rio to Uncle Dede, Deontay, to Isaiah. A bunch of negativity. The Bears telenovela, as you can see, going out there. Welcome to the telenovela of the Osos de Chicago. Hopefully it gets better. A win will make us feel this much better. As for Jose Contreras, John Taplayo, myself, Eric Avila, we'd like to thank you guys for joining and watching us. Go Bears. Hopefully we get better. And as always, Jose, hit that outro. See you guys next week.
You're now listening to the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor.